Hello everyone. Today we are looking at my llama in Unreal Engine, and I've made a couple updates. I think I added root motion and a new AI system. We'll look at the AI system last. The AI system will allow you to just drag and drop the camel into any of your games and make a few adjustments depending on what you want. But we'll look at that last. Right now, we're looking at one of the maps. This is the animation map. And if I play it, this has all the different animations for the llama. And they're just individualized in each llama, just so you can see them independently working on the llama. But if we get out of this page and we look at the folders, we have an animation folder, which we'll jump into in a minute. And then we have the blueprint folder with all the different blueprint stuff, which we'll look at the end. And then we have our two maps, our animation map and our AI map. We have a folder which has two different materials, PBR materials for the camel, the mesh folder with the physics. We can take a quick look at the physics here. And let's turn all that off when we simulate it. Okay. So there is a look at the llama, the physics of the llama. There we go. And we have the skeleton, of course. And we have textures, all PBR textures, two different base color materials for two different types of looks that we see here. Normal and roughness. I think this is all at 2K. Now we can jump into the animations. And to start off, we have an attack animation where he kicks. We also have a blend space in this that goes along with the AI system, which includes all the walks and turns and the idle. And what else? Dead animation. We have a dead animation, a dying animation, an eating animation. There's a second eating animation. Idle to sit, transitional animation. There's your idle. Idle 2. He's kind of eating. Idle 3. Idle look around. And then we have a shaking animation. So he shakes the bugs off or whatever. And we have a running animation. Running with root motion. We have running 2, which is kind of a flip of running 1. And root motion running. Now we have another transitional sit to idle. Then we have a sitting animation. And sit and look around. Then we have a turning animation. Turning with root motion. Turning right. Turning right with root motion. And then we have a walking animation and walking with root motion. Now we can jump into the AI system real quick. So it's just a basic AI system, covers most of the animations that the llama has. In a minute here they'll just start walking around. And it has a health meter, a energy meter, and a hunger meter. So depending on what happens, they will get hungry or rest, depending on those factors. Right now, you see them, they're kind of, if they see each other, they have sight. They can detect sight, seeing something, and they can detect touching. So if I come up on him, he saw me, so now he's going to run away. So that's the behavior for if he sees or gets startled by somebody. Now, if I bump him, I can kill him and knock him down to the ground, and then he'll revive himself after a couple minutes. But this is just the default behavior of this whole AI system. I allow you to kind of interact with them a bit. See there, he sees me, and now he's going to run away. So that's kind of how the AI system works, and you can literally just drag and drop the blueprint into the scene, and they will just work. And we will take a quick look at some of the code here. Here's the blueprint for the llama. We have a bunch of different functions here. We have a deciding function, that line or string of code that makes decisions with some basic logic behind it. And then it can drain energy, it drains hunger, it regains energy and regains hunger, and then it has kind of some roaming logic. It'll run away and revive itself, and then the bottom is to regain health. Like I said, we got some basic logic. There's the resting string, what it does when it rests, what it does when it eats. What happens when it takes damage. Detection is eyesight, so that's what happens when it sees something, and then when it gets hit. So that's a look at the blueprint, and the blueprint has an AI function. If we stop this, we can see that it only has one sense, and that's sight, and you can change those factors on how far it can see. And at the very top of the blueprint, if you click on this top one, you'll get all this very top default section has all the different things that you could change, that you might want to change, like the running radius max, how far it'll run away, how far it normally walks around, things like that. What else do we have in here that's important? The animation blueprint. So this is the animation blueprint, and it has all the different kind of states that the camel or llama can be in. So, and then all of the transitions and how they handle all of those transitions between all of those animations. So if you have your own awesome AI code for characters or animals, then you can use this NM blueprint to help you with coding the animal and what it decides to do, because this just handles all the animation and what flows into what. So that is a quick look at my llama in Unreal Engine. Have a good one, everyone.